You're joining me now in the latter stages of doing the rear quarter. I followed exactly the same system that I've been using in the entirety of the car, from really heavy cutting as you've seen previously and refining back. I'm now in the latter stages of refining, and I've managed to remove lots of defects out of the car, the whole car. Some of the defects are really due to the bodywork sinking, from previous restorations. Now, some of the telltale scarring, especially on this panel, I've managed to get a lot of the scarring out. It hasn't taken out the shape, that's a little bit wavy, but there was like a step previously, so I flattened the edge of the step down, and I've then continued to cut back the paint until I've got it to a level which I'm quite satisfied with. Now I'm just going to give you a 30-second burst of me polishing in the latter stages. I'm using now a black pad on a rotary with Menzerner 3800 Super Finish. Now, I showed in a previous video that basically when I've done this stage, I'll then start using a little bit of water on the pad, which will drag out any of the remaining compound that's left. We will be wiping it down anyway with panel wipe, but once you embed some paste in the paint, it's very difficult to get the panel wipe to remove it. So I'll remove 99.9% of it before it's even wiped down. But I'll just give you a quick view. This is the last big panel I've got to do. I have got touchings to do around the vehicle and some touchings that I've been building up over the period I've been working on the car, which will now need a little bit of wet sanding, nibbing down, and then polishing back up. But I'll show you that a little bit later. But for now, let's do a little bit of final polishing. Right, we'll call that a quick set, but I will be going over this multiple times until I'm happy with the gloss level. I'll give you a walk around the side of the car, but you can see by the reflection that it is becoming really glossy. I'm glad that I'm getting towards the end of it. It's been a lot of polishing, but it's so satisfying to see the paint transform, from that frosty finish. All right, I haven't got rid of every bit of orange peel, but the colour looks completely different. The gloss levels are certainly a lot better. And I've managed to remove a lot of the telltale signs of repair, which was my main concern, was to make the car look as good as it can do without entirely wet flatting the car. And if you break through, you've got to have painting done. So, you know, I've not compromised myself by going too deep. I could have probably gone further and further and further, but because it's been repaired multiple times, the paint readings are not really accurate for me to work out how much lacquer's on the car. And the chap that owns the car, you know, he's not entering it into any concourse events or anything like that. He's going to drive it and enjoy the car. The car will still look beautiful. You know, I mean, this will be stunning outside. Is it up to concourse standard? Probably not, but it's certainly show standard. So I'm going to finish this wing off. We'll go on to some of the little repairs, and I'll show you what I've done and what they look like when I've finished them. So I'll see you on the next one. This is one of the touch-ins I've been working on and keep topping up over the last week. There was, if you remember, there was a big chip down the edge. So I've been building it all up, and I've previously done a little bit of wet flatting to give it something to grip to. And now I'm going to flat it with probably 2,500 grit to knock it down and see if we can get it level, and then blend it in with the polishing. There are a few other little chips that I've touched in. There's some on here on the rear quarter. Most of the others are on the bottom of the arches, around the top of the door. There's one here. Just need to take the edge down. I'm going to go across the edges of where they've masked up, and when they've lifted it off, you can clearly see the primers underneath. That's on both sides. A few stone chips, just little tiny ones to do. A couple down the edges of the doors. Now there is there, you can see, and down the edge of the door there's a couple that need touching in. And anywhere I can find, I've done some down the edge of the boot lid where the lacquer ended previously. So I've already done those both sides, so that don't give the game away anymore. And like I say, there's a few, you know, the bottoms of wings, there's one there, a couple down there, quite a few, and it's the same the other side, and the same on the front of the wing. But I'll go around all of the wheel arches, get those done. But the one in hand is this one, which was about the worst one really. So I'm going to crack on and see what I can do with this now. See you later. I thought we'd just have a walk round the car. Now I've actually finished doing the paint work. I'm sure if you look back in the videos, you'll be able to see the amount of difference that I've managed to make on this paintwork. Of course, this is the side I've been on this week, and pleased with how it's come out. I've been doing some touch-ups, as you know. Not quite finished, but getting there. There was 5 white dots showing. You can just see the reflection, but now they don't show up as white anymore. So I've managed to get round all the car now, and tomorrow I'll start the coating process. And while I'm waiting for it to cure, I'll be polishing the wheels. I'm just going to do one at a time. I want to say thanks to Gary, who spent the day yesterday cleaning most of the rubbish off this wheel, and I've just gone over it again myself just to bring it up that little bit more, but he did try hard, I have to say. But the car, in my opinion, is looking spectacular, and I'm sure by the time we finish the wheels and it's all coated and everything's put back together correctly, it should look stunning. So there we have it. Polishing's actually finished. And I'm really pleased. Right, I'll see you on the next one. Gotta do more finger rubbing.